I'm here to talk to you today all about my Make, Do and Mend year. Back in September of 2012, I decided to embark upon a year of buying nothing new. And because they live with me, the rest of the family can come along too. And if anyone else has holiday photos like that. You might wonder why I decided that I wanted to embark on such a challenge, and I can't, in truth, really quite sort of put my finger on it. I remember feeling very aware of William, our eldest, was 3 at the time, and he was already like a mini consumer. He was very tuned into stuff and wanting stuff, and that may well be normal 3-year-old behaviour, but it made me think. And at the same time, I remember reading an article about a lady called Susie Prince, who started her second-hand safari in May of 2012, and it gave me the sort of kick up the backside I needed to actually give it a go, rather than consign it to my quite large pile of ideas that I will never do anything about. So, as the name suggests, since September we've been making do, and we've been mending. We've been making Christmas presents, birthday presents, swimming towels, hats and scarves, and we even made our very own unique Christmas tree. Those really are egg boxes. We've been making do. We've been making do with things that probably we would rather have replaced by now, pants with holes in them, that kind of thing. And probably need to speak to Becky a bit later on. And we've been mending. My husband is the chief mender in our house, but I have learnt to very inexpertly patch numerous pairs of jeans. My husband's most triumphant mend is probably our washing basket, which has broken several times and been cobbled back together and now is held together with a variety of different adhesives. But he does assure me it will now outlast us. We've also discovered new retail outlets, car boots, charity shops, flea markets, that kind of thing, and I'm sure you'll all agree I'm rocking the charity shop chic look here today. The year has not been without its ups and downs. Christmas, kind of egg box tree aside, was quite hard work. We made probably 95% of our presents, and in hindsight, probably starting to do that in September might have been a clever thing to do. We've had a few disasters. This crocheted hat, why I chose to put a very unglamorous picture of myself on a large screen, was one of the biggest disasters, but in the true spirit of the year, it has been repurposed by rather ingeniously turning it upside down and making it a bucket for some quite cute little knitted dinosaurs that my mum made for the boys. So at the start of the year, I also decided I'd give this whole blogging thing a go, not knowing much about blogging or social media, and not really anticipating that anybody other than my husband or I would read the blog posts. But people seem to really get the concept of Make, Do and Mend. It's something that really seems to catch their imagination, and the blog has really taken off. The blog has had over 100,000 hits in the first 9 months, and just next week I'm going up to London for the Brit Mums Brilliance in Blogging Awards, where it's made it through to the final in the commentary category. So it has been an exciting year, and it sounds rather grand, but it probably has changed our lives, and it has certainly changed the way that we will shop for good. We weren't the most profligate of families before the year started, but if we needed, say, new furniture, we wouldn't really think twice before piling into the car and heading off to the nearest Scandinavian flat pack warehouse, where we would then trail around with our 2 bored children and a few hundred other people and their bored children, buy something that a few, probably 1,000 other people had bought, and along with all those things that you didn't know you needed before you went. We now have kind of discovered that it's actually far more fun to spend a Sunday morning having a mooch around the car boot or go to the local auction house, and you can get something that's unique to you, that has a story that you can make your own. So it doesn't quite have the sort of instant fix of a new purchase, but it's saved us some money, and we've learned some new skills along the way. So it's definitely been a journey. I'm still not entirely sure where it's actually going, but as with most things, often the journey is more important than the destination. We've had some sort of unexpected detours along the way. I never anticipated at the start of the year that buying anything new would have us looking at what we were throwing away. I've never made that link between what you buy and what you throw away. But actually, when you learn that there is no away, and potentially as a nation we're going to run out of landfill in the next 5 years, then you do start to look very closely at what you're buying and buying less and trying to buy with rubbish in mind. So I said at the beginning I wasn't really sure why we started the year, but as the year has gone on, it's kind of become clearer to me why I'm doing it, why I'm buying nothing new. And for me, it's very much about sustainability, trying to live more sustainably, trying to tread more lightly, and trying to engage other people and to show them that actually it's not really that hard. I don't know about you, but when I read in the newspaper about climate change, or I see something on telly, it is such a huge issue, it's such a big thing. I find it very scary, and I just sort of turn over or zone out because I don't want to think about it, I find it too scary. And it's such a huge issue, it can be very overwhelming to think that as an individual you can actually do anything about it. But one of the things that, or one of the best things that come out of the blog and the year has been that just getting on and doing something can actually be really empowering, and as an individual you can potentially make a difference. It's very easy to sit around and think about or talk about all the things that you feel we should be doing and argue that there's no point, it's not going to make a difference because unless everyone does it, it's not going to make a difference. But you do actually have to do it. You do actually have to make the start. I know that it would be lovely to have an impact on global climate change policy, but I'm not a politician, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a journalist. I'm just one person. We are just one family. We can only do what we can do, but we do actually have to do it. It's an enormous cliche, but you do actually have to be the change you want to see in the world. And I quite strongly believe that. I know I'm not realistically going to save the world by making a few Christmas presents and patching up a washing basket, but I'm hoping that in doing what I'm doing and in blogging about it and in talking about it, it will empower other people to think that they can make small changes in their lifestyle that can actually make a big difference if we do actually all get on and do it. Living sustainably, living within our environmental means is within the reach of each and every one of us. It is completely possible, we can do it, but we just need to start. Make, do, amend needs to become a little bit less radical and a little bit more every day. Thank you.